as they do Christmas right this year, we're having a whole massive number of people that are buying Financial Peace University as their Christmas gift to someone. Some of them are doing the whole home study with the DVDs in it and everything. Some of them are buying regular membership kits where the people attend a class at your local church, and there's about 10, 12, 14, 15,000 of those will be operating in January, between 10 and 15,000, somewhere in there. So you don't have trouble plugging somebody into a class if they want to go through the class and learning how to handle money. It's 9 weeks long, one night a week for 9 weeks, and you learn how to handle money. You really do, and we kind of make you do it too. It's like a friendly boot camp. A small group discussion, for encouragement, for accountability. It absolutely works. So check out Financial Peace University. The average family going through it pays off $5,300 in debt in the first 90 days and saves $2,700. So show your friends and your family that what works at Christmas, right? This is different than giving somebody an ugly tie. So you can check it out at DaveRamsey.com, Financial Peace University, or you can call customer care at 888-22-PEACE, 888-227-3223. Laurie is with us in Ventura, California. Hi, Laurie. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show. Merry Christmas.
Hello.
Merry Christmas to you. Thank you so much for letting me share my story.
Absolutely. Let's hear your giving story.
Well, actually, it's a receiving story. 45 years ago, I was 6 years old. My parents were recently divorced, and my mama, who is 87 now, still doesn't drive, and my brother and sister and I were at a bus stop, and a lady had come up to us that we didn't even know, it wasn't someone we knew from the community or anything, and asked what Santa was going to bring us for Christmas. And my mom is a very prideful person, but I remember her telling her that we weren't going to be getting anything because, we barely could make it as it is. And so she asked for our names and our ages and everything, and kind of like what things we would like. And so she, it still brings so much tears to my eyes 45 years later. But that lady came to our door on Christmas with presents for my brother, my sister, and I, and even my mama, and Christmas dinner. And it was just such an amazing day, just thinking about, really sharing God's love to somebody that you don't even know. And so for our family now, we really, really try to do that as well. It's just so powerful how that really one person can just, affect you. With that you don't even know. So I just, our prayer is always to just really help when you see a need for other people to do that, because you just never know. And so I always, when people ask me, what I want for Christmas or for my family, and I always say, bless someone else. We don't really, truly don't need anything other than other people being blessed. So it's just amazing. And so I'm so thankful to be able to share that story.
Very cool. Well, thank you for sharing it. That's very fun stuff. I mean, and you know what's hard sometimes is to find someone like that. And that lady, she scored. She figured out somebody that really needed help, and she brought the whole enchilada to the door, man. I mean, that's awesome. And she's still smiling 45 years later too. I'll just tell you, from having done that. That's fabulous. Very cool. Very cool, Laurie. I love it. Well, that kind of generosity changes your life. Whichever end you're on, it doesn't matter. It changes everything. And generosity, we've said it over and over again, it is a key component to winning with money. So that's why we're doing this particular theme hour, generosity, a giving theme hour. So your giving stories at 888-825-5225. Janet is in San Antonio, Texas. Hey, Janet, welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hi, Dave. Thank you for talking to me.
Sure. What's up?
I wanted to share a story. My husband and I, 35 years ago, began working at a Catholic school. We were very young. We were making $18,000 total a year. And the sisters were the health insurance policy holders, and that made the rates pretty high because they were older. And we decided, we're young, what the heck, we don't need health insurance. And 2 years later, my husband was diagnosed with a brain tumor.
Oh.
And no health insurance. So I was fortunate enough to have some kids in my class in 5th grade who had neurosurgeon beds, neurology beds, anesthesiology beds, and my husband, who taught the year before me, 4th grade, had an internist bed in his classroom. And luckily, they loved us and took good care of us. And believe it or not, after going to the county hospital and having an angiogram and finding out the surgery was mandatory, my principal, Sister Denise, came in and said, you need to move the surgery to this other hospital. I said, no, we've been to the county. We didn't think we'd like it, but we left the nurses on the floor now, and we'll go there. No, you need to move it. Finally, she had to admit it was all going to be comped. The hospital comped it. It was a Catholic hospital. All the comped it.
Oh, my goodness.
So we walked out paying, I wrote a check for, I believe, $13.25 for the television, which was not free back then.
Wow.
And yes.
So that's probably what, hundreds of thousands of dollars of medical care.
I don't even know. I do know he ended up with 3 more brain surgeries before he passed away from brain cancer, but he had insurance, luckily, for the rest of them. But I'm sure it was a very high, close, it got to be close to 100 when you think of all the testing and everything that goes before and after.
Wow.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And actually, the first test, when I got to the county hospital, and I didn't want my husband, of course, stressed about money, I went in ahead of time and I arranged to pay them, I think I said $100 a month or ever, the rest of my life, I figured, and maybe not cover it. I went over there to make a payment.
Some
for
asshole
the
got wind of what we were up to.
angiogram, which was
Apparently
about
killing a guy's
$1,300
closest
for the first
associate puts
test,
a bit of a
and
spotlight
walked
on
in,
him.
and the lady goes, you don't owe
Anyway,
me money.
now I'm told
And
they
I
put a price on the professor's head, so we gotta move. Now, is that clear? Can we get going? All right? And remember, the professor's paying you, not me. Not me at all. So keep him alive. Based on this inmate transfer schedule, Bolingbroke are expecting a new arrival. One of you is going to intercept the transport, make sure it doesn't get there. 2 of you are going to be taking our prison bus and making your way into the facility in its place. You'll be playing inmate and guard. Stay in character as long as it's useful.
we got health insurance through work, luckily, that would cover him because he would have never qualified. But
Oh, yeah.
we could pay our bills from them. We went.
Absolutely. Wow. That's incredible, Janet. That is a great story. Thank you. Wow. These stories, they never get old, to me anyway. This is amazing. So it's a giving theme hour on the Dave Ramsey Show. Tyra follows me on Twitter, so do about 700,000 others. Do you have any suggestions on how to budget giving tips? I always seem to go over budget because of this. Well, you need to eat at a cheaper place so that the money you have budgeted for a restaurant includes the tips that you tend to leave. Or you just need to raise the amount that you've got budgeted for eating out because you tend to leave a tip that causes you to go over budget. Or you need to go to restaurants less frequently because you tend to leave a tip that causes you to go over your budget. In other words, this is a known fact. It's not something that's sneaking up on you. It's just your impulsiveness, and it's good to leave big tips. I'm a big tipper. I believe in tipping. If I'm ever somewhere and someone doesn't get a big tip, something was wrong. There was a mistake made somewhere on my part or on the part of the people that were with me or whatever. So, no, we believe in that. So you just need to budget it. I believe you shouldn't go out to eat if you don't have the money to leave a tip. I think you ought to you should just not go. It's that simple. Those people work hard. And if you don't like that, well, you're just a grouch. That puts this hour of the Dave Ramsey Show in the books. Thanks to James Childs, our producer. Blake Thompson's our executive producer. Kelly Daniels, our associate producer.